Hey, welcome back to the channel. About a month ago, maybe a little further than a month ago, I got this knife in a group of maybe 5 knives that I got. And so I showed this knife at that time, but I wanted to do a review on it. It's a really good knife. And so to do it justice, it's a Rough Rider Black Reserve, really needs its own show. And so that's what we're going to do. If you'd like to hear more about this Gunstock Black Reserve, go ahead and check out the video. Hey, welcome back to the Fortified Castle. Hi to all my viewers, and thanks for dropping in and checking this video out. It's going to be a good one because, as always, we're going to tell you the real deal about this knife. A pretty nice knife. There's a lot about this knife I like and some things I don't, and so we're going to talk about those. So first, we'll talk about the knife. This is a gunstock pattern because of this feature right here. In the narrowing in front, it kind of looks like a rifle gunstock. Old pattern that came out pre-1940, probably around 1910 maybe. Maybe later, maybe around 1920, but I think they're earlier than that. Always have liked this pattern, but I still don't have a vintage 1940 or vintage gunstock pattern. This is pretty large for a gunstock, so it is 3 7/8 inches. There's the tail of the tape right there. It's not quite all the way over. 3 7/8 inches. It's kind of big for a gunstock pattern. So these in pre-1940 were about 3.5 inches, and sometimes smaller than that. So this is a fairly large size. I like that. It's easier to hold. It does more work, and I've always kind of thought that this gunstock pattern would be really good as a big knife. It's thin up front and wide on the end, and so it just really helps you down here gripping it. This is a little wider than most, and so it fills your hand, and it feels really good in your hand. So I like this interpretation of a gunstock that Rosecraft has done. You have a black bone here. You can see the spots. So initially when you look at this, maybe kind of hard to determine, or if you get one that doesn't have the spots in it, it kind of looks synthetic, but it is black bone, and it's really hard to find black bone. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it doesn't normally take the dye well. Like a lot of cases, black bone you'll see is more like a gray. But this is a really good penetration on this. It just looks gorgeous. Brass pins, I think. Hold on a minute. Okay, nickel silver pins, stainless steel bolster, and brass liners. So they use a lot of stainless steel in the Rough Rider series to bring down costs. That's okay. It's a little heavier, but it's okay. And let me show you how wide this is. Okay, let's get her in there. So this is really wide, okay? So it's over 1/2 inch. It's 9/16. It's actually over 9/16. That's pretty wide. So 1/2 inch is 8/16. And if you compare it to a Rosecraft gunstock, kind of dwarfs it. You see that in size. And so this is truly a departure from a normal gunstock right here. You can see it's done really well. You don't have any gaps in this. The rounds look pretty good. Maybe a slight bubble here, but pretty good. Looks pretty even. You can see the shine down there inside of it. Let's see. The top square looks pretty good too. The metal's a little rough right there, but it's not all cracked like you see in case. So pretty nice overall outside look. I like this shield. But I mentioned in the introductory video of this that, it's a black shield. I like that. It goes with this, black reserve. But they need to really think about how they apply this shield. And if you're going to have a really dark background like this black bone, then maybe, a brass shield would have looked better than this one. And maybe Smoky Mountain Knife Work can look at that. It would just look better with the black and black kind of just blend in. So you take this beautiful shield, designed shield, and just kind of minimize it by putting it on a black background. So that's a criticism that I have of this, and it's personal opinion, but it's done well. All good transitions here. And this is a really nice knife. So opening the main blade up, very nice, even pull. And snaps open good, walk and talk on it. Look at that transition. So transition between the blade and the back spring. I mean, you just don't see anything. It's just flat across here. Fabulous craftsmanship on that. Feels good. You've got a nice long spear point blade with a little swedge on the end there. And it is a satin finish on the knife. See the swedge on the other side. Show you right there. It's a 25. I can't read it. I can't read it. It is a 2569 is what that is. RR 2569 440A. Of course, made in the People's Republic of China. Really nice. I like this long skinny blade. They used to do a lot of that in the 1800s, have these like pencil spear point blades. And I'll just show you cases. Does the same thing, has a spear point blade, a little different design. And you can see it's wider here, kind of a leaf style design. And I like that too. I really like that blade geometry better than what's on here. But a lot of these knives have fatter blades, and I like this style blade, in this format. You access the pin blade from the other side. I like that. Again, it's smooth. You have good walk and talk on this knife. You hear that? Same thing, really good transitions. And I would say this is a remarkable knife for the price. So I spent $31, what did I spend on this? $31.99 is what this awesome knife cost me. So really good value. I do like the liners. I don't know whether everybody would be happy with the liners, but of course you could make this a little thinner if you didn't have those liners on there. But that orange against the black just gives it some pop, and kind of sporty, kind of adds a little bit of class to the knife. And so yeah, I think I like that. So up until recently, Case has really been the only place that you could get a Gunstock. These aren't in regular production, but they're there maybe every other year. They're producing these, and sometimes multiple years, like 3 years in a row. they'll produce them. So there's plenty of these around if you like this gunstock pattern and want to get one. Oop, turn it over here. And that is the case pin blade. Overall, the blades are a little smaller on this. The knife itself on the case is 3 7/8 cents, the same as this. And it tends to look a little bigger because it's wider than the case. And the case does a really good job of making knives that are pocket knives. These are supposed to be pocket knives. And so even though this is a little bigger knife, you could pocket this pretty easily. Action on this case is smooth, and they did a good job on this. So that's the case in comparison. It's a little different geometry. This is more like a polygon here, so you don't have just straight across on the crown, but you have a good crown type head on this. It's a bare head compared to the case with two bolsters. And this is the other competitor, Rosecraft, also made out of China. This is a single blade version, which is going to be thinner by definition. So it's a lot thinner. I already showed you that. You look at the tail end of the knife, quite a bit of difference there. Look at that. It's almost half the size of this thing. And you got a much bigger blade. So you got the clip blade, and it's quite a bit higher than on the Rough Ryder, which has that pin blade, or not pin blade, a spear point blade on it. Traditionally, these came in spear point blades, and so they kept it more traditional here, and Rosecraft kind of changed it up a little, put a clip blade on it. This probably appeal to more people, the clip blade, but I don't mind the spear point blade. I like them. They're great utility blades. You could use them for almost anything. It's got a point to pierce with. That's one of the things you go with the clip blade for, is because of this piercing point. They usually have a better point than a spear point blade. This is really, really narrow here, comes down really good, and has a really good point on it. So yeah, that's a good blade. The only thing really about this knife is I think it is kind of chunky, so I think you'd have to just get used to that. And this is 3 5/8, and it's just incredible what an eighth, really makes to a knife. Well, it's more than that. It's half quarter of an inch difference in these, but this is really nice pocketable knife here. But yeah, you'd have to get used to this a little. I've always found these wider knives more comfortable in my hand, and I don't really mind that they're a little wider, a little more chunky. Yeah, it takes up some pocket room, but you're not talking about much pocket room when you look at these. If you look at that, it's just not as much as you think it is. I think it's more psychological than anything else. But yeah, this would be a great pocket knife, and it's a great knife overall. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and these things are good to go, man. The Black Reserve is a nice addition to the Rough Ryder line, and I find that they are better than the normal Rough Ryder. I have a couple of these. They've all been good knives, and yeah, I think it'd serve you well. And one of the great places to find, if you just, you like collecting gun stocks, I got a couple different brands here. And I do like the Gunstock pattern, and so I'm happy to have this in my collection. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.